G'day everyone, JoeRilla again. This is episode 2 of my Let's Play. Excuse me, I'm going to talk so quiet, everyone in my house is asleep. At least I hope they are anyway. So I'm down here in the this abandoned mine shaft. As you can see, I've been a bit busy. And I can hear this horrendous racket. Yeah, it's coming from around here somewhere. It sounds like cave spiders. And this gives me an idea because, yep, that's exactly what I thought it was. I am in need of string for a later project. So I need to block this off for now. Of course you would. Sorry, I can't talk and fight. There we go, torch that up. Bloody poison. Anyway, so yes, I'm going to clear all this out a bit later. I need to make a trip into the nether first. And get some supplies. No, there must be more than one because I can still hear it. Oh, no, it's just one that spawned somewhere else. So while I'm waiting for this iron and gold to smelt, I'm going to maybe about here build my nether portal, which will eventually be encased in a tall, thin, woolen structure such as a tent, sort of to resemble the old outhouse tent, you know, because obviously you have a separate tent to, you know, go to the bog. So you may also notice I've done away with that black block at the top. That just made it look like crap, and got me lounge chair. That's absolutely woeful, but you get the idea. And I'll be able to detail this soon because I've nearly got everything I need. I haven't been looking for it specifically. I've just, if I found it, I found it. Whatever. So I'm gonna plonk this about here, and unfortunately though, I have made one rather embarrassing oversight, which is I don't have a flint and steel. So once I've done this, I'm gonna have to go dig up some gravel somewhere and just work it out from there. These will do for placeholders. Now, anyway, once I get in there, I'll see you then. Okay, I'm just about to go here for the first time. Well, not the first time ever, but the first time in this world. So, always something different. See where we end up and with what. Oh, well, that was intelligent. Doesn't seem too bad. Oh wow, got some frame issues with the world gen. Well, this is one of the things I'm... Uh-oh. That's not one of the things I was after. See if I'm still... Jeez. A little out of practice. Hey man, I just want the quartz. Oh wow. It's the first thing I've done with a bow, is it? Okay. Oh, whatever. Not too fast. I just want the quartz, some magma blocks, some netherrack, just some basics. Not going to go finding a fortress yet. Oh, I want some glowstone too, if I can get up there somehow. But I'll have a run around in here, getting what I need, and then I'll see you soon. Oh, I wasn't recording it. Oh well, there it is. That gives me an idea for something to do later though. Oh yeah, watch this. Ready? And I'm outside. Actually, just while I am thinking of it, let's quickly do this nether portal up into the tent form. Just quickly grab a little bit extra. I probably already have enough, but can't have a bit more. Oh wow, I've got plans for you lot. This hole in the ground isn't permanent. I need to do something about this as well. This is horrible. I gotta put some slabs down. I'll work it out maybe later this episode, but yeah, it can't stay like that. This as well. This campsite's got to be looking a bit nicer, I think, by this or the next episode possibly. But anyway, we'll crack onto this. So what I'm thinking is something very, very basic, and I mean basic. So much like the last one, we would just simply have, I haven't planned this out in creative or anything like that, so this could be a bit silly. So something like this, and then not that, like that, and then, whoops, hang on, where's my blocks? In my blocks. That actually makes more sense to incorporate this possibly, and then you'd have yeah, well, how's that looking so far? Not quite. Maybe see how it looks at the back on. As I say, this is just trial and error. This, I might keep this, I might not, but and then for this, the back, we'll do the same. They alternate. For the back, yeah, see that looks pretty appropriate for an outhouse. Maybe, but instead I'll actually no, I won't. I'll leave that green. Let's chuck that. No, oh god, no. That's a terrible idea. Maybe look like a half-drawn sort of tent flap. Doesn't mean it is meant to be simulating a toilet. You know, kind of a bit of a strange thing to do, but and here we go again. I think lose these two at the top. I think just to get the sort of more boxy tent sort of feel that I'm going for. I don't hate it. It's a bit wider than what I was after, but maybe if I lost this. I don't know. What do you think? Leave a comment. That is having said that, if anyone's actually watching this, because at the time of me making this, guess how many views episode 1 got? That many. That's okay. I'm sure like more will come later. Anyway, that's that little quickie done. I am going to craft some things and then probably head down to that cave spider spawner. English, Joe, English. Bloody hell. Alright, so it is 3 days later. since I recorded the first 5 to 8 minutes of this. Reason being, I have been sick as a dog. You probably heard it in that intro. Just me coughing and spluttering like a old diesel truck. So not much in the way of recording or even gaming was happening with that mess going on. So apologies for how long this is going to take. But I'm pretty sure I've got everything I need. And no, okay. We're heading over to the cave spider spawner, and we're going to set it up as a XP farm, or as best as one I can anyway, with the limited resources that I've got. If I've forgotten something, I'll be annoyed because I spent a fair bit of time gathering all of this. I did also dig my way out, sort of dug my way upwards because I got horrendously lost and spent half an hour circling inside an abandoned mine shaft. So I'm gonna head back down here and get started on said farm. And as I said, it's gonna be for XP. Well, originally it was just gonna be just a string farm, but then I did a little bit of research and figured out that it's not going to be too much harder just to not going to be too much harder just to make a XP farm for that too. I'm going to block this off because I do not want to be interrupted at all. Whoops. Anyway, I'll block these off. Oh god. And I'll get back to you then. Okay, so as of now, I'm just getting the frame of this thing mapped out. Like this, you're not going to be able to see any of this. The intention is to put some lights in the ceiling so this can be toggled on and off. But as of now, as you can tell, I'm just mapping out a frame for this. Which is obviously just this cyan clay. And have a bit of a design going in on the walls just so this isn't completely bland. Excuse me. Still sick. Not so much on the floor probably, because it's going to be water streams. So it won't be as necessary. I think actually, now that I look at it, I think I've done this a bit wrong. Hang on. No, I think it's alright. I just haven't dug this out yet. Back to digging, which is boring. But anyway, you've probably already seen this before, this design, and well, yeah, it's not entirely original. I think the first time I saw this used was a couple of years ago by Etho, I'm fairly sure. Mine's going to have a couple of differences, a couple of little tweaks here and there, but the basic principle of it is going to be pretty much exactly the same. So I'm going to clear this out and at least get a bit more of it mapped out, like visually, and I'll be back with you. So this is the design I'm going to have on each wall, and it's going to be covered in black stained glass. It's meant to look like the spider face, but it really doesn't. So yeah, that's just going to be copied on all three of those walls, and maybe there. I don't know what's happening with that yet. I've only figured out literally what I want to do with the lighting, so on with the building, I suppose. I mean, I could just quickly bash out some of this on camera. Am I doing this right? No, I'm not. Hang on, let's see what happens. I try and talk and build. First thing that happens is I do it wrong. Might notice I've already put the water in, a little bit unconventional to do that, but I just needed to map out the heights. A smart man would probably, take it out again, but I can't be bothered. So I'm going to continue digging out walls that I should have already done, and when I've done that, then I'll build the face with you on camera. Right, I'm pretty sure I've cleared it all out now, and yeah, you may notice. Take a guess what prompted this. So yeah, I really want another run in, so that's what's happening there. So honestly, the face isn't that difficult to do, really. It's literally just draw a border, position that in the middle, do some red. Honestly, it is It was meant to look menacing, but that really doesn't. It's absolutely friggin' terrible. So I really should have gotten rid of this first, but I suppose it doesn't really matter too much. I think it was. This is the midpoint. I'm fairly sure if I remember correctly. So that goes there, and then just do the mouth like that. I'm fairly sure that's in the middle. Look at that. First time. So let me just fill it in. Very simply. Like yeah. It's been so long since I've played this. Do not want spawns. I kind of underestimated just how many materials I needed to do this, and yeah, then again, obviously same with the other side. Here, let me just, once I kill that, do I get any spawns? I certainly hope not. I'm pretty sure here is out of the spawning range, which is obviously why I've made it the size I have. Then yeah, that's got to be done as well. So I'm going to crack on with it, build these up. Good. And once I've finished these, we've got some redstone to do, which I'm not going to say I'm a redstone expert, but I know a thing or two here and there. So we'll excuse me. Oh yeah, there's unlit caves up there, so that's going to affect me spawn rates. But again, I'm a slacker, so they will be done, but not intentionally. They'll be done eventually when I explore them. So I'm going to continue building, and I will see you shortly. As you can probably hear by the noise below me, my efforts to, I don't know, stop them spawning, you could say, weren't entirely successful. You can hear all that racket. So we are going to, well, we may as well, while we're up here, replace the ceiling. Because, you know, from the underside looks pretty ugly. What have we got left? Oh yeah, just do it in this, I guess. Probably do one block at a time, actually. So we'll offhand this. Oh, excuse me. Because, yeah, I don't really want to have them crawling up here and have me having to deal with them right now. And that's the reason I'm making this enclosure. So I can farm them without, you know, worrying about having to be poisoned. Well, having said that, my method, so to speak, of killing isn't 100% idiot proof, but, you know, what one is. So I'm just going to dig all this crap out. Actually, can I see? Oh, jeez. There's at least one or two in there. I'm not very good at PvP or fighting in this game, as you can probably tell. It's not really my favourite thing to do. Right. Excuse me. Ooh. If I forgot to edit that cough out, I do apologise, because this mic sensitivity is up to 150%, so I probably just blew your eardrums off if it wasn't, so apologies. Now I'm just going to keep replacing this ceiling, and then we'll wire up these lights, and then hopefully that'll stop that garbage down there from going on long enough for me to be able to, oh excuse me, long enough for me to be able to do the rest of what I need to do in there. So I'm just going to wire up these lights now, so I'm going to hide this when I'm done, obviously, because that would otherwise just be not cool. So actually I might just do it now. Yeah. That's what I want. Just going to make sure that's not, oh wow. Hang on. I've done goofed with this. Hang on, that's going to go like that, and then I can get back around like that. Very good. Okay, anyway, I digress. Making cock-ups. Alright, so, boom. I shouldn't really need to show this as such, but, you know, why not? One repeater, that's all we needed. Very good. Right, that should hopefully stop the spawns. Now, the rest of this room is going to be dressed up eventually. That's just to temporarily hide it, I guess. You know, as is the dumb thing with redstone. Yeah, hide it. Anyway, hopefully this isn't too bad. So I'm going to slowly ditch this sort of barrier I made for myself and see the... Well, there's one of them. Uh-oh, where's one? I'm hoping they don't keep spawning. That's... Gotcha. Alright. There's quite a few in there. Oh, I'm going to clean this mess up and get back to you. We're nearly done, thankfully. Good, none left. That was a gigantic pain in the ass. Alright, so I can hear a witch back there. I'm really not the biggest fan of them. But, okay, so visually this is what it's going to look like, albeit without the torches. And then these are going to flick off, and boom, dark. I'm also going to need more black glass panes. How much more? Okay, cool. So get that with that. I should be okay with this quantity-wise. Probably won't be, but you never know. 24. I don't think that's going to actually. Hang on, what is it? It's 3 by. How many is that? 1, 2, 3. 3 by 9 is 27. I'm going to be 3 short. I'll work that out later. But anyway, what we need now is a collection system, and what that is going to entail is water streams and a what would you call it? It's basically involving hoppers and pistons and stuff like that. So the idea is to get them down to like 1 or 2 hearts and then just swipe them once and then they're dead. So let me just map this out and get my head around what and where, and I'll be back with you then. I am now about to attempt on-camera redstone, and if my on-camera building is anything to go by, then it's probably not going to go so well. But idea is drops fall in here, and then they get pushed along this way. This is the item elevator. There will be a chest here. I'm going to move that chest here when I'm done. Now, I'll need comparator, repeater, and some dust. Now, idea is the comparator reads the input from the first dropper, so this will obviously always be empty, and then obviously it will detect it as a, because it's a container, it'll have an inventory, and then something goes in it, boom, there's a very weak pulse. Now, to get that to do what we want it to do, it needs to be repeated, so it's a stronger pulse. Now, then we just loop it back there, it goes into there, and then into the dropper here, and then becomes a clock. Now, what else needs to happen is I need to go up to the chest and get me slabs. This will bud power this second one here, but it will not bud power the third one. This wasn't meant to have 3. I've cocked it up a little bit, but that's not the end of the world. So I just need to make a staircase up and then into it, and slabs for that. So I'll go grab them. There we go. There's mobs everywhere. There's obviously dark spots somewhere, like all in there. I just blocked them off because, well, I've said it multiple times now, I'm a lazy bugger. Let's see, I need to dust, slab, and that'll need to be open, and or slab. No, open's fine. And then boom, that should work. Let's just try something. Perfect. And that'll push them. That'll push that up into the chest. So that's perfect. That side's exactly what I want. Now this side. This is going to be a crushing mechanism. Now I'm going to odd feeling that I should have had 2 sticky pistons, and I'll probably quickly race back to the base and grab one. Because this episode, I need to get it out. Like, it's been like 4 days, so I'm probably not gonna test this in this one. We're probably gonna try and see it working in the next one. Now I need 2 of those to go. Why did I only bring 1? What a dickhead. Anyway, we'll do it with 1. It's easily repeated to 2. It's no problem at all. Just grab one and right there. But for now, we'll just run with the 1, which means pickaxe. Now I want to do this on a button. Oops, with a extended pulse. Now the button needs to be fairly close by, so I might even stick it right. And how's this going to be? It's going to be, we're going to be standing around here, so I might do this backwards actually. I need a block. There we go. So block there. There will be a second piston there, and there will be a. Oh, I only just got the right amount of repeaters too. Repeater on that, I think. And if this is wrong, I'm not going to be too happy. I need to get under here for a minute because I need a little bit of space for this pulse extender. I did it in creative mode very quickly before, so hopefully this won't take a hell of a lot. So yeah, let's just in case, can't be too careful. So I need that. We'll go into that, and then see if I remember how to do this. It is 1, 2, 3. Oh god, more space. 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that gets looped like that. This may all have to go back 1 if there's going to be 2. I'll test this out in a minute, but that's going to go like that. And then I measured it was. Hang on, now I'm going to go over here. Go over here. I think I measured it because the strength of your input here affects this clock. So I think from here it was 1, 2, 3. This could be slightly wrong. Then repeater. God, I have just a small amount of dust left. I'm praying this is enough. That should work. I just need to wire up my input and we'll be good. Okay, so I've got it hooked up finally. Okay, so pulse comes in from this button up here, goes up around through the pulse extender into there. Look, I was a good boy, got me second sticky piston. So you press and they get squished. Now, if that's timed right, which I'm 99% sure that it should be, we should be getting them down to, I think it's about 1 heart, and then it's 2 punches. So, hang on. So yeah, so 1 hit with basically any sword, I think. So, which is perfectly acceptable. That doesn't need filtering, so this is going to be double. Alright, and so I'm hoping this works. It should. I'm just going to fill this in with cobble. This room I will dress up later. I'll beautify it, but for now I just want the function. Alright, so aesthetically it's a little bit buggered, but look, I'm not too unhappy with it. I can always fix this later. As I said, I want the function of it for now. I will make it look better later. That iron bar, that just makes so they can't get out. Do obviously be careful, because that, if you here, the whole idea is to be able to hit them with a sword. If you stand directly on top of this, they will still be able to hit you. Like, you'll be able to just obviously just like that. Hang on, it's not quite like that. It's not on top of, it's in front of. So it'll have to be here. yeah, here, you stand here. And get them that way. Alright, so this doesn't really work getting it off, but I'll probably just slow the spawns down. Alright, so now we wait. Oh wow. What a failure. Okay, well, not completely, but so let's just stand here for a bit. Yeah, this hasn't really gone to plan, has it? I know what's wrong. Yeah. I know what's going wrong here. I reckon I can fix that fairly easily. Yeah, so it's not great. It's not perfect, but I suppose it'll do for now. Anyway, I actually want to get a couple more in here. So yeah, this is... Oh yeah, you gotta be joking me. That's a pain in the ass. Anyway. You won't like the fact that you've done that one. Then you can bed here. There you go. There we go. So yeah, you gotta stay here for a bit. And just hack away. Obviously, I missed. There we go. And obviously all those buggers there. If I go away, they'll despawn. But anyway, that's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, before I go as well, look, I've got Twitter now. Well, I've had it for a while, but I've set it up properly. So, I think it's JoeRilla _AUS. If you want to add me, follow me. Sorry, that's Twitter. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time. Have a good one.